of Amy G's Creations, and I am back again for another episode of my Flosstube, where I show you what I cross-stitch and sometimes other crafts. Right now, mainly cross-stitch. Okay, I have had a pretty good, productive past 2 weeks. First, I'm going to show you some fully finished objects. I got my True North Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives framed. Now this was a white frame that I purchased at IKEA, and I painted it red and then sanded away some of the red. There we go. It's just got the cheapy plastic, cover in it, but I really am liking it. Look at those cute geese. So, there is that. They're very happy. It's all ready to go for July 1st. Now, this next fully finished object, I'm not completely convinced that it is what I want, but it's what I had. So again, I went to IKEA yesterday, another frame, just plain back frame. It's a little tight, but they either had this or something that was like gigantic is too huge. Meaning, basically, this size of frame. And it was just too big. It was just too big. So I put it in this. I don't know. We'll see. But what I do like about this frame is that it has this easel stand so that in case because wall space is pretty difficult to come by here. We have these weird wooden slats on our roof, slanty roof, because we're up in the attic apartment. So having things that I don't have to hang on the wall, that I can have displayed, are good. But I like the black frame. It set off the black of the writing. And yes, you can see a few bits where I've carried my floss in the background. Do I care? No, I do not. So, moving on. I got another. I guess this is a fully finished object. I mean, it's a towel. It's done. Look at my cute gingerbread men. So what I decided to do is I definitely wanted 2 more gingerbread men, so I added them. But I did them in slightly darker. So we have interracial couples on my thing, and I like it. We have some underdone gingerbread and we have some fully baked gingerbread. Aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh. Love. But here is my question for any of you who have ever finished towels. So this is my second towel that I've done. The other one had little Christmas trees on it. My intent is these towels are going to get used. They are going to be in the bathrooms during Christmas. Okay, there's 2 done. I have 2 more that I'd like to eventually get done. So they're going to be used. They're going to be washed. I'm calling out to the Flosstube world. Do I need to do something to protect my back? Do I need to put some iron on facing and sew around it so that when these get washed, they don't fall apart? Recommendations. I'm open to anything. I don't know. I love them. I know they won't last forever, but I want them to last for several years. And what's the best way to do that? Oh my gosh, so freaking cute. Could eat those gingerbread. All right. Yeah, so please in the comments leave your suggestions. I did go back and work on my hometown holidays for a bit, my quilt shop. And there it is. Now I've changed the color. The call for color was a cherry cobbler. My cherry cobbler is very dark. I've used it in a couple other places, but because the flower shop was also kind of dark, I decided to make this a lighter red. So I used licorice red. The green, these green is supposed to be a muddy puddle. I didn't have muddy puddle. The DMC conversion did not look green, even though on the photo cover it looks like it's green. So I changed and used steamed broccoli for the green in the window here. Wow, that is not, there we go. Is that focusing? There we go. For the green in the window and for these stripes, I used steamed broccoli. I did some of the snow. I know I did the whole tree and over here. So I worked on it a bit. The other thing though that I got, forehead shot, that I got quite a bit of progress on is my third WIPCO project. So remember, my first WIPCO was Sarah's bookmark that I finished. I still need to turn it into an actual bookmark, but the stitching is done. Then the towel, the gingerbread man. And so my third number was, hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Was my Halloween witch. And when you last saw it, I had some of her hat, some of her hair, but it wasn't completely done. I have now, all her hair is done, her face is in, and I've did all this down. And I've only been working on it for 5 days. I'm very happy with my progress. Eventually, this is going to need, there's, can you see? In that middle, there's that gray that completely clashes. And here, it makes a beautiful modeling. Dye lots change on DMC too. And this is a super mega old pattern from like 95, 96, something crazy like that. A Leisure Arts magazine for the love of cross stitch. And so the DMC that they charted back then was slightly darker, and it created this perfect shading. And this was a newer color of that floss. It looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I found a skein, an old skein from my mama that she gave me. And I'm going to eventually rip this out and replace it with that so it will work better. But I'm leaving it in so I can fill in that middle color without having to count, because that's what takes the longest amount of time, right? Is the counting. So if I just fill that in with the correct color, then I will go back and change it. But I'm super happy with this. And also, I realized this is on my WIPCO board a second time. So I don't need to worry about trying to work it into my pattern, my thing, if I don't get it finished. Because she's sitting on like a giant pumpkin, and there's these big giant leaves. So even though I've got a lot done in 5 days, I don't know that I'm going to get her done in the next 5. But she's on my WIPCO board a second time, so I'm not as worried about that. She will definitely be finished. It might not be before Halloween, but she'll be finished before the end of the year. That is coming along just lovely. The one other change I made is the stripe on her hat, and these little checkerboards around her sign are supposed to be in a blue, and I changed them to purple because purple and orange are more Halloween-y to me than blue. So that is my progress on there. I'm super happy. Again, full fan of WIPCO. Thank you, Jessie Marie Does Stuff. All right, so here's the thing. I'm doing awesome. It's like, you know, what's today? The 20th of May. And I only have 5 more days that I need to work on that WIPCO project. And I started, oh gosh, there's hair stuck to my eyelash. There we go. I started a new course for my work. So I'm a librarian, and it's a combined school and public library. And one of our jobs as the school librarians is the different school classes, their elementary school classes come in, and like once every other month, they come in more often than that, but once every other month with us as the librarians, and we do some sort of a program with them. We read them a book, a book discussion. Sometimes we might boshtel stuff. Boshtel. Okay, let me throw in some more German words. We might do a craft project with them. And there was a course that's given by the canton of library of how to do that better. So I signed up for that course. It was supposed to happen a year ago, year and a half ago. COVID kept getting canceled. Supposed to happen in January, canceled again, but now we're finally doing it. So they wanted to wait till it was in person because in person just really works best. And so this Monday was, because it's Friday today, so 5 days ago, was our first class. And it's in Zurich. And I live southwest of Zurich. It's about 45 minutes from my door. Take a bus, get on the train, go into the main train station, and then walk a little bit to class. So I knew that I would have quite a bit of time on the train to do a project. And again, I dyed my this fabric that my witch is on. So it's like 34, 35 count. So it's very small. And for my old lady eyes. And there's a lot of colors. There's not a lot of color changes, but it's like a lot of counting. And that wasn't going to work for me on the bus. So I chose another free pattern. It is called, I'm trying to reach it out here. That was not good German. I mean, good English. I'm sorry. It's called I Am Home. It's by Kathy Halberman of Hands On Design. This is another one of her free charts. She does one every year in honor of her wedding anniversary with her husband. And they usually come out right around Valentine's Day. So it's originally supposed to be a Valentine thing. There's sort of the black and white sad copy of this. But I thought that With You I Am Home was perfect for my little dough bowl that I want to do with my other home pillow that I finished in the previous Flosstube. So I did this. I changed the colors again so they would be kind of coordinate all blue. It is still on that last leftover strip that I cut off from my True North sampler that I coffee tea dyed myself. And I got quite a bit done. Some of this, I will admit, this part and this part were also done waiting in the car while my daughter went to the doctor's appointment to discover she has strep throat. But, her throat was so swollen. She was talking like somebody was trying to strangle her. It did not sound good. And it hurt so bad. She was crying from the pain. Fortunately, I called. They got her in right away. She got immediately on antibiotics. After 2 days, she was feeling much better. She's still taking her pills, don't worry. But she's doing a lot better. But while I was waiting in the car for her, because they don't want you to have a lot of people inside, this doctor in particular, even though the mask mandate is removed, they want you to wear masks because they have a lot of older patients, and they just want to keep them as safe as possible, which we were fine with. So I stayed out in the car because they want as few people in the office as possible and worked on that. So I'm going to finish that most likely next Monday when I go on another train ride to my course again. Fortunately, it's only 1 day a week, but it is all day. So that's my stitching for this week. Like I said, I'm going to try to finish up this, work on my witch. I will, when my witch is done, I will probably keep working on my hometown holiday a little bit more until their numbers are called. This is in 10 days, so yeah. I have a little interesting something to share with you about Switzerland. All right, sorry about that. My daughter came in. She missed the bus to the train station because she had to moisturize. She's got to go to work, so I had to leave and drive her to the other train station so she could catch the bus. So where we live, we're on this hill, and there's a train station down this way at the hill, the bottom of the hill, and then there's one over here. And if we leave our house in enough time, we can get to this train station, which is where the bus takes them. But sometimes they cut it too close, like now, and we have to go drive a little further to the train station. So there's a stop in between where they would normally get on the train and then this one. So it's like the I guess, second train station, third. Anyway, so that they can for sure catch the train. I've had to do it with almost all of my children at one time or another. So anyway, so she's off to work. So I was about to tell you my little funny Swiss fact. So I'm getting ready to go to IKEA because I want to buy some frames, and that's the best place. We don't have Michael's, we don't have Hobby Lobby, even like Goodwill stores here, they don't sell just a frame, they sell the art, and so they charge you more for the art, which is usually hideous, but it's rare that you can find a frame for cheap. So I go to IKEA or stock up when I go to the States. But anyway, and my daughter's like, hey, my top sheet in my bed, I like accidentally ripped it. Like it was getting old, it was getting worn, and like my toenail caught or something. Anyway, she ripped it. She's like, can you get me another one? And I said, no, I cannot. She's like, what do you mean? You're going to IKEA. Can't you get me a top sheet? I said, they do not sell top sheets in this country. They don't even really sell top sheets in Europe. They sell fitted sheets, and they sell duvet covers. No sheets. And she was like, what? She had forgotten. Now, she knew this when she was growing up and was little, but she has lived in America for 3 years. And so as an adult, she was not aware of this. She's never tried to buy sheets ever in her life. We always had sheets because I always bought them from America and would import them. Whenever we would go back home, I would always buy like sheet sets for everybody at Target or Walmart or wherever we happen to be, usually Target. So that just blew her little mind. She's like, there's no top sheet. I'm like, no. When your sister comes in July, I can order some on Target and have them sent to her house, her apartment, and she can bring them, but not now. So yeah, Switzerland, most of Europe, no top sheets. A fitted sheet, and then a duvet cover with a duvet inside. And they have summer duvets, and they have winter duvets. Yeah, no, most of the time we end up, and there's no air conditioning, so most of the time we end up sleeping with our top sheet imported from America and a fan to try to exist through the summer. So, yeah, that's it for me, guys. Again, I would just want to say thank you to everybody who watches, to everybody who has subscribed, and to everybody who comments, especially those who comment on a regular basis. I'm clearly never going to get to 400 subscribers, and that's completely fine. It's okay. But I think I'm going to, but I don't want to do a giveaway because then I feel like it might be randomly rewarding people who don't actually watch the video, like maybe they've subscribed, and I guess it does reward them because they have to leave a comment. So I think I'm just going to give a giveaway next time. I'm going to think of something, just because, yeah, or something small, lightweight that I can fit in like a regular mail envelope to get to the States. I'm going to have to look through my patterns and see what I have. Because I really appreciate it. Some of you guys are really awesome. I don't have a whole lot of in-life friends. I made two friends because of Flosstube. But other than that, like, I don't have people I hang out with. I go to work. I'm at home. My husband is my best friend. I have some good friends that live in the States. But I don't have anybody that I regularly meet up with. I don't even have somebody that I only sometimes meet up with. Except for my two new Flosstube friends, Ina and Don. So having contact with you guys is through the comments and my videos is a huge highlight. So thank you again, and I want to give my friends a gift. So anyway, yeah, that's it for me for these 2 weeks. Hope you have a great time stitching. Cheers.